Welcome back to the Flow Certified Professional Online Training. My name is Andrew Coleman, and once again, I'll be your host, guide, and facilitator as we go through this part of the video series and training. We're starting in this introduction part A, with the 4 lenses. Right up front, I'd like to give a special thanks to my brother Dan Coleman, who's also a Flow Certified Professional, for the tweak that he suggested to this illustration. Up where organization is at, in the upper right hand corner here, we used to have product, and down here where product is now at, we used to have organization. So we flipped the 2 boxes around. The nice thing about that is it creates a U. So that stands for you as an individual and person, since there are people in all 4 lenses. It also is a U that stands for unified vision, which is what we want to achieve with every company with which we're working. So the takeaways, leadership-wise, for this video are the 4 lenses. And we're going to look at the 4 whys, and we're going to look at that. Instead of looking at it from the product perspective, we're actually going to look at it from an individual perspective. We're also going to look at individual flow, how to enter into and sustain a state of individual flow. The 4 lenses that we're using in Flow, as I mentioned earlier, are the individual, the team, the organization, and the product, or actually individual, team, product, and organization, using the new pattern that we're using. And so all organizations are built on individuals, at least so far. AI hasn't taken over everything. And typically we still get together as teams to try to create product service results for the organization that are going to give us a return on investment. And for product, I always include product, service, and result, because sometimes we're doing things that have to be done organizationally that necessarily don't contribute to a product that we sell to the end users. And ultimately and finally, we're looking at the 4th lens here of organization. How do we step into flow there as well? So these are going to be the 4 lenses that we use. We use this throughout all of the training, and this really comes to the forefront when we start to look at transformation. And so this is a very quick and easy way to sort and talk about concepts that we're trying to communicate to the coaches and to the scrum masters, to the product owners, and to the executives and leadership and everybody in the organization. Now, Ted and I never have intended to rewrite the book on individual flow. That's something that was already written about back in 1972 by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. If I said his name correctly, I hope so, and if I didn't, Dr. Csikszentmihalyi, please forgive me for slaughtering your name. He wrote the original book on individual flow already back in 1972, and the name of the book was Flow. And so he had been studying what does it take to help people step into or enter into a state of individual flow and get to that level of effortless, hey, I'm getting stuff done and this is working great. And so that book was already written all the way back in 72. If you're looking at other books for team level flow, there are other books out there like Daniel Pink's Drive. If you're looking for product flow, Reinertsen has his book out there on product development flow. But if you're looking at a book that covers all four areas, you need our book because we're the glue that holds everything together, individual, team, product, and organization wise. Now, I had mentioned that we were going to talk about the four whys. Typically, I talk about the four whys down here in the product box, that there's really only four reasons we would do anything, and that's do the right thing, increase revenues, decrease costs, get rid of or mitigate risk. Okay, and usually when we talk about product, we're also including programs and processes. So all your program managers would be down in that product box. Now, individual, you still have the same four whys. If your company stops paying you your salary, my guess is you're not going to show up for work. And so that would be the number one consideration. But if you look at it, it's autonomy, mastery, and purpose that people really want at the individual level. But let's be realistic here. You are trading your time with your employer, and there's really only four things you're bringing to the table. That's the ability to do the right things, the ability to be able to increase revenue, decrease costs, or get rid of or mitigate risk at the individual level. You're trading your time to help add value to the organization. If you're not adding value to the organization, my guess is that you won't be working in that organization very long. And so you really need to align your personal vision of, why am I here? Why am I working with this company? Why do I want to work with this team? What is it that I'm bringing to the table that makes me be able to add value to the organization? If I'm not adding value, there's nothing more demoralizing more quickly than not being able to add value. And so when you're looking at stepping into individual flow, you need to look at your personal vision, your purpose, your personal mission, your personal strategies. All of these work together into your four whys. Okay? Are you there to do the right thing? Are you there to help increase revenue, decrease cost, or get rid of or mitigate risk? If you're not there to do one of those reasons, you really need to step back and figure out, hey, why is it that I'm here? And so it's just a different twist for those of you who have watched my other videos or been with me in the training sessions. This is really important to understand the why. Just like Simon Sinek said in his book, start with why. Now, for individual flow, it's really important to be able to step into consistently a duplicatable, sustainable pursuit of personal excellence and transformation mindset in order to increase the value of your personal brand and to deliver that wow that every organization wants. And so we don't go deep into the psychology of how to enter into personal states of flow, but overall, you can take all of our principles, apply them in your personal life, and those are going to be step by step the way to enter into and consistently deliver the remarkable results that derive from having a clear vision, a clear mission, a clear purpose. And it's really important that you take the mindset, models, and frameworks out of our books and videos and the training and real world exercises that we'll do together and apply it in your real life. If you can't apply it in your real life, you're just wasting your time. Okay? And so everything that we've put together, you can duplicate. And it's duplicatable, and that's why I sort of have this little mantra I've been doing for years: train, coach, and mentor, train, coach, and mentor. And it's just over and over again, because the training is learning the tool sets and how to apply the models and things that like that. The mindset is being able to breathe it, that it just flows out of you naturally, so you're able to achieve what you want to achieve, both as an individual, for your teams, and for your organization. So hopefully, working with us as you go from Flow Certified Professional to Flow Certified Coach to Flow Certified Trainer, if you decide to go to that level, you're going to learn how to more effectively communicate with your organization's leadership. And every executive needs this. Almost 90% of everything in business boils down to communication. And we used to teach long ago, both Ted and I used to teach the PMP boot camps, a 1 week, a 5 day training. It was intense and grueling to get people through that. That 5 day course, we would teach them that 80% of all project management is communication. When you break it down and start to look at it, it's just communication. And so as we get into other areas of flow, you're going to be able to see that and understand why the communication is so important. And you need to understand the executives might communicate one way and they might hear something that you're saying, but as you're learning the different languages that you have to speak in order to be able to communicate throughout the organization, it's all communication. The remarkable results that we've delivered down through the years, we know others can duplicate it. It's not even a question. We had a CIO go ahead and sit in on one of our courses. This is way back in the beginning, 4 or 5 years ago, when we actually started doing the flow certification. He went back to his organization that was already doing Agile, and in the first 90 days, he got like a 300% kick in productivity by taking flow and applying it to what they were already doing with Agile. So success breeds success. It energizes and breathes life into you. So here are some of the quotes for individuals for flow. And this is from Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Once again, I apologize if I killed the name. The highest, most satisfying experiences in people's lives were when they were in flow. In flow, people lived so deeply in the moment and felt so utterly in control that their sense of time, place, and even self melted away. They were autonomous, of course, but more than that, they were engaged. And we're going to talk about employee engagement further down in some of the other videos, and pretty much how dismal it is, not just in the US, but worldwide. Daniel Pink utilizes Dr. Csikszentmihalyi's research as the basis of his book, Drive, and he depicts flow this way. One source of frustration in the workplace is the frequent mismatch between what people must do and what people can do. When what they must do exceeds their capabilities, the result is anxiety. So that they know, I'm not the right person for this particular role or project or team, okay? So it produces anxiety. When what they must do falls short of their capabilities, the result is boredom. So if what they have to do is way under what their skill set is, they're just gonna like doze off on you. But when the match is just right, the results can be glorious. This is the essence of flow. And so in our book, we quote Dr. Csikszentmihalyi, we quote Daniel Pink, we quote Reinertsen, and so on. Stephen Kotler, he put it this way: there's a way to get a grip on it all. Stay relaxed and get meaningful things done with minimal effort across the whole spectrum of your life and work. You can experience what the martial artists call a mind like water, and top athletes refer to as the zone, within the complex world in which you're engaged. In fact, you've probably already been in this state from time to time, and that was David Allen. And Stephen Kotler added, technically, flow is defined as an optimal state of consciousness where we feel our best and perform our best. So, in this section, in this video, we've looked at the 4 lenses and how we're going to use them throughout everything that we're doing. We looked at the 4 whys in the individual box, and we looked at individual flow, a little bit about how to step into and sustain a state of individual flow. And so think about what steps you need to take every day to step into individual flow. What would a perfect day at work look like? Okay, so think about that. What are the blockers, obstacles preventing you from entering flow? 9 times out of 10, it's ourselves in our minds that are stopping us from achieving what we want to do. Am I using a personal T-shaped Kanban with to do, doing, or doing and done? Just very simple in moving your post-it notes back and forth or from doing to done on your personal Kanban board at your desk, making it big and visible to my team and stakeholders. I've done that on my projects for years, and I had my doing and done, and one of my teammates, he took and put on the done, he put doing and then work harder. So I thought that was really good. And are you using some kind of time and task management system if you're not using a personal T-shaped Kanban board at your desk? If you're not doing that, you need to have some way. Are you using Trello? Are you using Kanban Flow or one of those online tools? And then another thing that you can do to take this out of the book is write down how you can use the 4 whys as an individual with your daily work. So this is the end of this video, and we'll see you in the next video where we're going to look at how to step into team flow.